One sec.
So finding a nice tall spine, relaxing the shoulders down, find some softness in the face. And just let the energy settle inside the body. Allow some ease and softness into the body, into the mind. And just send yourself some love and compassion. Life is hard enough as it is without us giving ourselves grief all day long. That little voice in the head that critical voice in the head that's always like, done this wrong, or you've done that wrong, or you don't look right, or whatever it is that day. Just let that go. We are just going to focus on how the body feels. We're going to be mindful with each tiny movement of the body. So just become aware of how the body feels today. Are there any areas of tightness? Maybe some niggly pain? And just see if you can breathe into those areas, see if you can allow them to soften. Becoming aware of the breath. And starting to breathe deeply into the ribs as if you're expanding a big balloon inside your chest. Inviting space into the whole of the torso. And then consciously and slowly pushing all the air out through the nose. Becoming aware of the outline of the body. Long, slow, steady breaths, sending those signals to the brain. Slow to calm. And gently blinking the eyes open, hopefully feeling a little bit more grounded, a bit more settled. Bringing the arms down by the sides, the palms facing up. Taking a nice big inhale, filling the belly, filling the ribs, filling the chest. Raise the arms all the way up, press the palms together, look up to the hands. Arms in line with the ears, feel a nice stretch down the front and sides of the body. Take a nice big deep breath in through the nose. And exhale all the air out as you lower the gaze down. Lock the chin onto the chest and hold the air outside the body. Slowly inhale, raise the gaze all the way up to the hands. And as you exhale, press the palms together, draw the hands all the way down through the center in front of the chest. Start to press the palms firmly together, press the fingertips together till you really feel these upper arm muscles working. Exhale, point the fingertips down towards the ground. Press the wrists together. Feel that stretch and opening in the lower arms. Inhale, point the fingertips all the way back to the sky, and as you exhale, twist to look over the right shoulder. Twisting from that mid-spine, keep breathing deeply into the ribs. And then taking the left hand to the outside of the left knee, the right hand comes all the way behind you on the ground. Inhale, really lift the spine. And as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper to look over that right shoulder. Keeping the left hand where it is, release the right arm all the way up and over, and the palm faces the ceiling. So we feel a good stretch all the way down the right side of the body. Keep looking underneath that right arm. Making a fist with the right hand and bringing the forearm all the way down on the right side of the right hip. Reaching the left arm all the way up and over. Lateral side stretch. Keep pressing that left hip down into the ground. Stretching all the way from the fingertips into that shoulder. All the way down into that little space between the bottom of the left ribs and the top of the left hip. And just breathing deeply into the left lung. Well done, then coming all the way back up. Arms down by the sides, palms facing up. Take a nice big inhale, fill the belly, fill the ribs, fill the chest. Press the palms together, look up to the hands. Exhale, draw the hands all the way down through the center. Keep pressing the palms together nice and firmly. Feel these pec muscles, the top of the chest start to activate. Spine is nice and tall. Exhale, point the fingers down towards the ground. Keep pressing the wrists, the palms, the bottom of the hands together. Well done. Inhale, pointing the fingers all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, twist to look over that left shoulder. Nice, long, steady, big breaths. Lovely, and releasing the right hand to the outside of the left knee. The left hand comes behind you. Take an inhale, reach the spine, nice and tall, and as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper to look over that left shoulder. Well done. Keep the right hand where it is. Release the left arm all the way up and over. The left palm faces the ceiling, looking underneath that left arm. Just bringing space into the body where we can get tight, sticky, allowing the breath to flow more freely. Making a fist with that left hand, resting the left forearm down on the ground, reaching the right arm all the way up and over. Keep pressing that right hip down into the ground, looking underneath the left arm. Well done, coming all the way back up to the center, resting the hands on the knees and just dropping the chin to the chest. Allowing the weight of the head to stretch out across the top of the shoulders. So making sure the shoulders are nice and relaxed. And just let that head drop down. Notice any sensations in the top of the shoulders, the neck. And then as you inhale, we're going to roll the chin over towards the left shoulder to feel a nice stretch down the right side of the neck. Nice idea to just close the eyes and just feel any sensations in the body. And as you exhale, nice and slowly roll that chin all the way down through the center. And as you inhale, take it over the right shoulder. Exhale, draw the chin all the way down through the center. Just let the head rest there for a couple of breaths. And then inhale, the head comes all the way back to neutral. We're going to release some tension from the shoulders, so just start to scrunch the shoulders up towards the ears. Make fists with the hands, make everything really tight, and then as you exhale, just release and drop it down. And again, squeeze the fists, squeeze the shoulders, lift everything up, feel all that tension, and then just let it go with the breath. One more time. Big squeeze in, hug those elbows, shoulders up to the ears, squeeze, and release. Nicely done. Bringing the hands behind the back. We're going to press, come up onto the knees. So bring the knees forward and press the hips forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades back together. Press the chest nice and open. And you can bring the chin onto the chest, or you can drop the head all the way back. See what feels better for your neck. Keep pressing the hips forward. Well done, then come all the way back down, sit down, change the cross of the legs. And we're just going to walk the fingertips forward on the ground, coming into a nice gentle forward fold. Little stretch for the low back, for the hips. Resting the forehead down towards the ground. Coming back to focus on the breath. Using your Ujjayi breath. That slight contraction at the back of the throat. And then inhale, coming all the way up to seated. Swivel around to face the front of the mat. And we're just going to lower down onto our backs, but using the stomach muscles to lower ourselves down nice and slow and controlled. I'm going to end up lying on a dog here. Stop me, you're going to have to move me. Thank you. And coming all the way down onto the mat. Hug the knees into the chest and just rock gently side to side. Massage the low back. Maybe take some circles so we can massage the glutes. And then bring the soles of the feet onto the ground. But the soles of the feet are a little bit wider than hip distance apart. We're just going to window wiper the legs side to side. I know Sarah's had a little bit of hip pain. So we'll just loosen off these joints. Nicely done. And then bring the soles of the feet down onto the ground. The feet are hip distance apart. And we're going to bring the right ankle to rest on top of the left knee. Bring the hands onto the belly. Press the low back down into the ground. And just let that right knee travel away from you. Take some nice deep belly breaths. And you can stay here, or if you want a nice stretch in the outside of the right hip, we're going to thread the needle, thread that right arm all the way through the gap in the legs, and either interlace the fingers around the back of that left thigh or around the top of the left shin. So just see what feels right for you today. That left shin should be parallel to the ceiling. Keep pressing the sacrum down into the ground and keep pressing that right knee away from you. The shoulders should be grounded. Take some nice big slow circles with that left ankle. And then change directions of the ankle. Lovely. And then we're going to take eagle legs on this side. So wrapping the right leg over the left, hooking the foot behind the ankle if you can, and then just dropping the knees over to the left side as you extend the arms out to the side, arms facing up. We're just releasing any tension in that low back. Keeping the right shoulder grounded. And then inhale, come all the way back to the center. Same on the other side. Bring the hands to the belly. Rest the left ankle on top of the right knee. Let the left knee drop out to the side. Just taking a couple of big belly breaths here. And then choosing whether you want to stay here or going for the more intense stretch into the hip. Passing that left arm through the hole, interlacing the fingers around the back of the thigh or around the top of the shin. And then taking some nice big smooth circles with that right ankle. Imagine that you're pouring warm olive oil into the joints so that it moves without creaking and cracking. Coming back to your Ujjayi breath. Allowing that stretch and release into the left hip joint. And then release the arms out to the side, crossing that right leg all the way over. Take the eagle leg on the other side and drop the knees all the way over onto the right side. Maybe hearing some nice cricks and cracks in the spine. Well done. Inhale, come all the way back to the center. Bring the hands behind the thighs. We're going to rock gently backwards and forwards, massaging the whole length of the spine. If you're feeling energetic, you can bring your legs all the way over your head, almost into your Halasana pose if you want to. Or you can take some nice gentle baby rocks, whatever you need. But we're going to build up a little bit of momentum so we can come to stand at the top of the mat. Lovely, nicely done. So standing at the top of our mat, spread the toes nice and wide. The feet are about hip distance apart. And just roll the shoulders back and down. Get rid of any crunchiness in those shoulders. Changing directions, rolling them forwards. Lovely. And then finding our mountain pose. Squeezing the shoulders back together. Little micro bend in the knees, natural lumbar curve in the spine. Inhale, reach both arms up, press the palms together. Really reach the arms in line with the ears. Reach up out of the front of the body, out of the upper back. And if you want to, coming into a little back bend, but just protecting the low back by squeezing the glutes, lifting up and over imaginary beach ball. See if you can find a steady breath here in your baby back bend. And as you exhale, fold at the hips, draw the hands all the way down the center. Just let the arms be loose down on the ground, let the head be loose. Find your ragdoll position. Maybe shake the head, nod the head, make sure we're not holding any tension in the neck. Take hold of either elbow and just take some nice big sway side to side. Allow the spine to release, find some space between the vertebrae. Let any tension and stress just fall out the top of your head, completely disappear onto the mat. Bringing the hands all the way underneath the feet for your Padahastasana. Take the toes all the way up to the wrists, give the toes a little wriggle. See if you can find a flat back, so find some length in the spine, reach the crown of the head forward, so almost like you're in a halfway lift position. And then take the weight slightly more forwards into the balls of the feet, and if you want a challenge, see if you can lift the heels a couple of millimeters off the mat. But keep the gaze looking ahead of you, not below you. Really nice stretch from the back of the hamstrings. Also testing our focus, our balance. Well done. Slowly release the hands. Bring the hands onto the top of the feet. Take a little bend in the knees as you draw the hands all the way up the legs. Any low back pain, keep a nice straight spine. Otherwise, you can roll all the way up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Press the palms together. Exhale, fold at the hips, come all the way down to the mat. Fingertips in line with the toes this time. Bring the forehead towards the knees. See if you can come into a really nice forward fold. Again, if you need to bend the knees, bend the knees. And then inhale, step the right leg all the way back. Straighten the front leg. And we're going to swing this right arm all the way up, coming into a triangle pose. So that back foot is about 45-degree angle. Both legs are nice and straight. We're looking for a parallel line on the side of the right torso with the ceiling. If you feel like your back is rounding forward, then just slide this left arm a little bit further up that left leg. If not, you can rest the back of the left hand on the inside of the left ankle. And just work on getting that straight line with the body. So as if we're in between two panes of glass. Lovely, Philippa. Everyone's got amazing alignment here. Well done. Trikonasana, triangle pose. And then we're going to step to the front of the mat. So take the weight into the front foot. Slide the back foot forwards and wrap the right foot behind the left leg. Take the right arm and take the right arm underneath the left arm and press the palms together. So we're coming into our eagle pose. If you haven't got the balance today, then just rest the right toes on the outside of the left foot. But keep squeezing those thighs together. Keep squeezing the upper arms together, working with our lymphatic system here. Choose one point in front of you to focus on. Building strength in the quads. Well done, then stepping all the way back into warrior two. So step that back foot so it's parallel to the back of the mat, extending the arms out, bending the left knee so it's over the left ankle. And squeezing everything into the center line. So try not to allow your hips to just wobble out of sync here. Pull everything into the center. Squeeze that right glute. And look down what am I talking about? Look down the middle power finger of the left hand. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Feeling strong, feeling powerful. We can handle whatever life throws at us. Strong body, strong mind, girls. And then we're going to come back into Peaceful Warrior. So resting that back hand on the back of the thigh, flipping the front palm, reaching all the way up and back. Looking underneath that left arm. Amazing. Then coming to face the toes to the sides of the mat. So we're coming into a wide leg forward fold situation. So bring the hands onto the hips. If you need to, if you feel any pain on the inside of your knees when you do this, you can just turn the toes slightly inwards. And we're going to come down with a nice flat back. So again, nice and slowly, just start to imagine like you're drawing a line with the forehead as you come all the way down. Keep pressing the hips back. All the way down. See if you can keep a nice flat back. And then release the hands down onto the ground. Bring the crown of the head towards the floor. Take the weight more into the balls of the feet. Nice, slow, long, steady breaths. We really want to go for length in the spine here in this forward fold. So if it helps on an inhale, you can lift up a little bit more, lengthen the spine, and then they exhale, come a little bit lower. Amazing, well done. Bring the hands back onto the hips, and with that nice flat back, we're going to slowly draw the crown of the head all the way back up, using the strength of the legs until you come back up into a standing wide leg forward fold. Turn the right foot to face the top of the mat, and turn the back foot so it's 45-degree angle. Extend the arms all the way out. Palms are facing forwards. We're going to slide the body over to the right, and then rotate the arms all the way down, coming into our triangle on the opposite side. Keep pressing that right shoulder back, keep pulling everything into the center line. Pressing that left hip back so we can feel a nice stretch down the left side of the torso. Well done. Then we're going to take the weight into the front foot as we step forwards. Wrap the left foot around the right. See if you can hook that ankle behind the leg. Take the left arm underneath the right. Press the palms together. Squeeze the thighs. Squeeze the upper arms. Garudasana, eagle pose. Find your drishti point, that point of focus. Amazing concentration, everyone. And then as you inhale, we're going to step it back into Warrior 2. So the back foot is parallel to the back of your mat. That right knee is stacked over the right ankle. Arms in a nice straight line. Feel that power, feel that prana, the energy from the fingertips at the front all the way through the arms, through the shoulders, out the back. If the right knee has dropped into the center, just slowly bring it out so it's stacked over that right ankle. Keep squeezing the left glute, squeezing everything into the center. See if you can press into the outer edge of that left foot. And we're going to balance the strength of our Warrior 2 with our Peaceful Warrior, bringing the left hand to rest on the back of the thigh, flipping the front palm, reaching all the way up and back. Nice stretch down the front right side of the body. Well done. As you exhale, we're going to windmill the arms, frame that front foot. Step the right foot back, come into a plank position. Hold it here in plank for a few breaths. Pressing into the fingertips. Keep the elbows nice and soft. Body in a nice straight line, reaching the heels behind you. Feeling those stomach muscles activate. And then an exhale, drop the knees down onto the ground. Lift the heels up towards the bum and just arch through the spine. Take a couple of breaths here with that nice arched spine, lifting the tailbone. Still pressing strongly into the fingertips. And then on an exhale, we're going to lower the chin and the chest onto the ground. Inhale, drop the tops of the feet, slide the chest forward, come up into your cobra pose. So if you only feel like doing a baby cobra because the back's a bit sticky, then that's absolutely fine. If you're doing your full cobra, but still keep a nice softness in the elbows. Keep pressing the shoulders away from the ears and squeezing the shoulder blades back and down. Pressing into the tops of the feet. Everything's working here, everything's strong. The legs are working, the arms are working. Pressing the pelvis down into the ground. As you exhale, we're going to lower the belly down onto the ground, but keep the chest lifted. Lift the hands off the floor and start to squeeze the elbows back together. Feel the strength in those back muscles. Well done, pressing all the way back into your child's pose, either knees together or knees apart, whichever you prefer. Sit back onto the heels, stretching the fingertips out in front, resting the forehead down. Or if you feel like you need a little booster, you can make fists with the hands and stack the fists and just rest the forehead on top of the fists. Close the eyes and just bring your attention back to the breath, back to that flow of energy in the body. Well done, then inhale, slowly come up to your kneeling position and come all the way up onto the knees. Take the knees hip distance apart, and we're going to bring the hands and the fingertips to point up the back. Squeeze the elbows together so you can see me here. If you can, bring the fingertips to point up the back so that we can feel that length in the spine. And we're going to come up into a little back bend or camel back bend. So again, if you have any back issues, please take this nice and gently. So engage the stomach muscles, engage the glutes, really squeeze the glutes nice and tight. And we don't want to just kind of lean back here or crunch back. We want to press the hips forward as we squeeze the glutes and lift up and over. So the same as we're doing when we're coming into our standing back bend, as if we're coming up and over a beach ball. And see if you can find steadiness in the breath in your back bend. If you want an extra challenge, maybe come up onto, tuck the toes underneath and reach behind you to grab hold of the heels one at a time as you keep pressing the hips forwards. Squeezing the shoulder blades back together. Opening the chest. Nice big breaths into the heart center. Are you okay, Philippa? Just take it easy if your back's sore. And then slowly coming all the way back up wherever you are. Coming back into your child's pose. Take it nice and gently. Resting the forehead down. And then sliding the fingertips forwards, but keeping the hips lifted. We're coming into our poppy pose or our melting heart pose, depending on what type of yoga you do. And we're just going to start to relax the chest down onto the ground. So take the shoulders a little bit wider here. And you can either rest the forehead or rest the chin. See which one feels better. The chin is a little bit more intense. If you feel any pinching or any sharp pain here, then just come out, because it's quite easy to pinch nerves if you've got tricky shoulders. So just, as always, listen to your body and do whatever feels right for you. With every out breath, see if you can melt that chest a little bit further down onto the ground. Well done, and then slowly coming all the way forwards into Sphinx pose. So dropping the hips down on the ground, but keeping the elbows about shoulder width apart. The palms are flat down, the forearms are down on the ground, the elbows are under the shoulders. And almost like we're pulling the mat with the fingertips, so we're pulling the chest forwards. We're finding length in the front of the chest. Lovely, neck is nice and long. And you can either stay here if you want a little bit more intensity. We're going to tuck the toes underneath and come into a forearm plank. So pressing into the forearms, lifting the knees off the ground, body in a straight line. Amazing, well done. And then one at a time, pressing all the way back up into your full plank. Amazing. Bending the knees, inhale, slide the hips up and back. Come into your downward facing dog. Just take any movements that feel nice for the back of the legs. Paddling the feet. And then find some stillness in your down dog. Lengthen the spine, pressing the hips up and back. Spreading the fingertips wide, finding some space across the collarbones, making the inside of the elbows look at each other. Loads and loads of benefits to our down dog posture, which is why we do so much of it. Well done, and then we're going to crisscross all the way to the front of the mat. So take the right foot behind the left, step it forward, take the left foot behind the right, step it forwards. And all the way to the top of the mat, nice and mindfully. Coming back to your forward fold. Taking the hands behind the calves this time. And just seeing if you can really fold a little bit deeper forward. So almost like we're doing a Paschimottanasana but standing. And really see if you can draw the hairline towards the knees. And try not to suffocate yourself with your t-shirt like I am. If I stop talking, it's probably because I've stopped breathing. Well done, then take a nice big bend in the knees as we raise the arms all the way up, coming into our chair pose. And if this is not comfortable for you, Sarah, then just do a nice standing pose. So what I want you to do in your chair pose is bring the feet together and squeeze the thighs together. So really squeeze the thighs together. Looking up between the arms if that feels okay for the neck. If not, just looking straight ahead. Really amazing pose for strengthening the quads and the hips. Bring the palms together and we're going to twist over to the right. So bring the outside of the left elbow to the outside of the right knee and come into a little chair twist. So looking over the right shoulder, pressing the center of the palms in towards the center of the chest and making sure that the knees haven't slid away from each other. So keep those knees nice and parallel. Keep pressing the thighs together. Well done. Inhale, reaching all the way up. And exhale, twisting over to the left side. Keep pressing that left shoulder back. Nice big breaths. Well done, then coming all the way back up, extending the arms out in front, coming up onto the tiptoes. We're going to bend at the knees and come nice and slowly all the way down. With control, see if you can hover for a few breaths in the center here, which should feel a little bit tricksy when we've just done so much with the quads. That was mean of me to say so. So nice and slowly come all the way down. And see if you can roll down with control and then come into a boat position. So the shins are parallel to the sky, the arms are in line with the shins, and making sure that we're not punching the shoulder blades, shoulders forward here, just press the chest through the shoulders, nice straight line with the spine. And we're going to slowly lower down to the ground, but without touching the ground. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. Working really strongly into those stomach muscles, and then inhale, come all the way back up. Amazing. Exhale, slowly lower down. Hold it there. Inhale, back up. Last one, exhale, come down. Hold it there. Ooh, well done, and then lower all the way down. Take a little mini Shavasana, just allow the body to find its alignment. Nice big breaths into all four corners of the body. And then bending up the knees. Maybe come into our bridge pose or Setu Bandha. So bring the heels towards the bum. See if you can graze the back of the heels with your fingertips. The feet are about hip distance apart. And we're going to do this really nice and slowly and mindfully, so we can get to know our spine. And as you inhale, I want you to start to peel the tailbone. Peel the low back. Lift the mid-spine until you come all the way up to the upper spine. And when you're at the top, lift the arms over the head. Start to press the heels down into the ground and squeeze the glutes. Imagine that you're squeezing a block between the thighs. Really start to fire up the glutes, the thigh muscles. We're strengthening the back. Really good posture if you have sciatica or anything like that. And as you exhale, slowly bring the arms all the way up and over as you release the spine down onto the ground. So we're being as mindful and as slow as we can, feeling every sensation, every vertebra as it melts down onto the ground. Amazing. One more time, we're going to do that. Inhale as you lift the arms up, peel the spine up. We'll go a little bit quicker this time. Coming all the way to the upper spine as we rest the arms above our heads. Pressing the hips up, digging the heels down, squeezing the thighs, squeezing the glutes, make everything tight, everything strong. And as you exhale, start to bring the arms all the way back as we melt the spine one vertebra at a time. Amazing. Then we're going to come into our plow pose. So if this is not comfortable for you for any reason, if you've got neck issues or any high blood pressure, anything that makes plow position or shoulder stand difficult, then please just pop your legs up the wall or bring your soles of the feet to the ceiling. If you're happy doing plow position, we're going to raise both legs all the way over the head and support the back with the hands. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades back together, making sure we're not turning the head to look side to side here. Pressing the hips up, so we want the hips to be stacked over the shoulders. And the toes are reaching all the way behind you on the mat. So rather than a full shoulder stand, we're actually in plow position, so the toes are all the way over on the ground. And if your toes touch the ground and you feel comfortable there, you can release the hands so the palms can be flat down, or if you prefer, you can interlace the fingers and squeeze the shoulder blades together. But keep pressing the hips up and keep finding length in the backs of the legs. We're working into our thyroid gland here, helping to balance hormones, helping to, believe it or not, create calcium in the body. Breathing deeply into the back of the throat. And then from your plow position, come to support the back with the hands and one leg at a time. Come all the way up into your shoulder stand position. Legs are nice and straight all the way above you. Lovely, everyone. Keep breathing into the back of the throat. And then bring the legs about 60-degree angle above the behind you. And then bring the hands down on the mat and use them as brakes. We're going to roll the spine down just like we did with the bridge pose. Nice and slow and controlled. Use those stomach muscles to roll all the way down. And then lower the legs all the way down onto the ground with control. Amazing. Our final asana is our Matsyasana, our fish posture. This is a heart opening posture. It really helps with releasing emotional tension in the body. So bringing the arms underneath the body, palms are flat down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, extend the legs out in front. As you inhale, come up onto the elbows and look to the toes. Make a dome with the chest, so really round the chest. And then drop the crown of the head back all the way down onto the ground. So we've got pretty much all the weight on the elbows, maybe 10% of weight on the top of the head, if any. And close the eyes. And just really breathe deeply into the chest. What can you release? What can you allow to be soft? What can you let go of? And if you need help with something that seems impossible, then just ask for help. Be open to help. Whatever you need, ask for it. Well done. And slowly releasing the head, releasing the arms out to the sides, finding your Shavasana, your final relaxation pose, taking any comfiness that you need, blanket, pillow. And just really relaxing down onto the mat, letting the body become completely heavy. Let it find its natural alignment. Notice any sensations in the hands and the wrists after our fish pose. Notice how the body feels. Let the breath find a natural, easy rhythm. And I want you to imagine that there is a bright white ball of light at the bottom of your feet, the soles of your feet. And we're going to use this white light to draw it up through the body, and everything that the light touches, it heals, protects, relaxes. So just visualize that white ball of light, the soles of the feet, and start to draw the light up into the feet, into the ankles, into the calves and shins, and just feel everything soften and relax. Draw the light up into the knees, into the thighs. Just let the legs completely relax, let them be heavy. Let that warm white light come into the pelvis, into the hips, and everything it touches softens, it relaxes, it heals. Draw the light up into the belly, into the torso. Fill the whole chest with light. Feel the chest and the back completely relax. The whole of the body just bathes in this healing white light. And then bring the light down to the fingertips. Draw it up through the fingers, into the palms of the hands. Hold the light there, feel it swirl around the hands, the wrists. Draw it up into the lower arms, into the elbows, the upper arms. Let the whole arms and hands completely relax. And then draw that light up into the shoulders, the place where we hold so much tension. Let the light seep into the joints, into the muscles, into the bones. Let it relax, let it heal. Into the neck, all the way up into the jaw. Fill the whole face with white healing light. Feel the whole face soften, relax. Notice any colours that you might see behind the eyelids. Fill the mind with white light, as if it's cleaning the brain of all its scattered thoughts. Just allow it to relax, allow it to heal. Let the body be tingly and heavy and soft and light and relax. Just stay bathing in that light. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy and free of suffering. Bringing some small movements into the fingers, into the toes. Bringing the heels together and stretching the arms above the head. Give yourself a nice big full body stretch. Take a deep breath in and let it out in a sigh. Bending the knees up into the chest, making a pillow with the hands and rolling over onto one side, keeping the eyes closed. Keeping that feeling of peace inside the body. And then whenever you're ready, planting the palm down and gently pushing yourself up into any comfortable seated position. And we will close the class as always by sending our amazing energy to whoever needs it most. And I'm going to ask you to send it to yourself this evening. So we're going to do that by saying one Please join in even though I can't hear you. Because it's a really powerful thing to do this together. So bringing the hands together in prayer in front of heart center. Take a deep inhalation. Thank you for your amazing energy in class tonight. Have a wonderful evening. Namaste.